Sometimes everything we need is right in front of us. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to list more for sale by owner homes. All right, today we're going to get super practical on for sale by owners. This is one of the best sources for listings in the world for realtors, and most people just pass by it. But what I don't want to do is I don't want you to get intimidated by the fact that we're going to be sleazy about trying to talk someone into doing something they don't want to do. What I want to do is I want to show you a way that you can add value to people that when and if the time comes right, you'll be the agent of choice. So let's start with how do we find for sale by owners? There's so many different ways. One of the best ways is to go on to sites like forsalebyowner.com, FSBO.com also, and then on Zillow. If you go onto Zillow and you pull up your zip code or your area, when they show the map and they show all the houses, on the right hand side you'll see a little tab that'll say agent listings. It'll also, right beside that, if you click the little button that says other listings, it'll pull up all the for sale by owners in your area. Another question I always get is well, how do I know who the owners are? Well, this is the great thing is if they're going to advertise their home, the sellers put their names and phone numbers on just about every website. It gives you the access to have the information very readily. Now, if you're at a place where you just don't want to go through these processes, you want to take the easy button, Redx, redx.com is a great tool that will go ahead and scrub all the phone numbers to make sure who's on the do not call list and who are the ones that are out there that are for sale by owner right now. So that's a great tool if you're looking for a way to reach out and find those phone numbers. The next step is to reach out by phone to the owner of the house. Now, listen, don't get intimidated by this. I don't want you to go into this feeling like you're trying to talk them into something. Really, we've got three objectives when we make this first phone call. The first one is this: I want to find out if the house is still for sale. So it'll be something like this. Hi, this is Jimmy Burgess with Berkshire Hathaway. Just wanted to call in about your house that you've got advertised, see if it's still available for sale. Yes, it is. How can I help you? Well, I just wanted to check and see. I've got some folks that I've been working with, and I just wanted to see, would you be open to working with a realtor if I have a buyer for you? If they say no, well, you're probably just wasting your time anyway and you can move on. But if they say yes, sometimes they'll ask you a question something like this: well, how much would that cost me? Literally what I typically say is well, listen, if I've got the buyer, I'm representing half of the transaction. It would be half of the normal commission. But again, I don't even know if this house might fit for these folks. So I'd love to take a look at the house and preview it for them, get some video to send to them, some photos to send to them of the walking through the house so that I can see if it might be a good fit. Is there a time when I could possibly take a look at the house? One of the three objectives is we want to get that appointment. We want to get in front of them. It's going to give us that opportunity to go and to build rapport. Now listen, one of the things that we want to make sure of is that as we go to the house and we're going to build that rapport, find some things that we can connect with. I like to bring things to them. Listen, these sellers are typically at a place where they're wanting to sell it themselves. A lot of times they don't even realize how much of the process they're going to need help with. So this is a great time when I go out for that first appointment. What I like to do is now don't use your real estate, your realtor contract, but go out there and just Google real estate sales contract off of online. You can get one for free. Take that, put it into a folder with something for them. You want to have the contract. You want to have a seller disclosure that they can fill out. You want to have some pertinent information, maybe some other local disclosures that you might need. This is the time for us to really add some value to these folks when we first show up and to say, hey, listen, I know you're going to probably sell this on your own. In case you don't have these things, just wanted to bring something with me that would hopefully add some value to you. Give them that. Just start adding value right from the get-go with them. Now, let's talk about when we're walking through the house. Tell me what you love about this house. Tell me what it is that you would like for me to make sure that I tell the buyers about this house. Then you make sure that you're taking some video of you go through it. Before you leave, one of the questions you want to make sure that you ask is simply this: listen, if you guys happen not to be able to sell it, is there a time when you might consider working with an agent? See, just be quiet, see what they say. Typically what they're going to say is, no, we want to sell it on our own. That'd be great. I'd love to keep in contact. I've got a number of tools. I'd love to send you some resources. If it's okay, I'll keep in touch with you via email. This is the time now when we go back. Here's a couple of things on the follow-up. First off, what we want to do when we get back is we want to send them a handwritten note with your card inside there. Now, once we've got their email address, we also want to send a video email. If you've got access to BombBomb or something like that, send them a video email saying, hey, it was great meeting you. Enclosed on this email, you're going to find a couple things that might be helpful for you. This is where I like to give a list of service providers. I like to provide some things for them that will help them. I'm just continuing just to see what I can do in way of helping them. So this is where I would give them a list of a potential title company with phone numbers and contact person. I'd give them a surveyor's name and phone number. I'd give them an appraiser's name and phone number. I've given them an inspector's name and phone number. I'd be giving them also someone that could do repairs or a handyman. All of these types of things that maybe would be of value to them. Now, some people came to me when I first did this way, and they would say, listen, you're giving everything to them. Listen, I've got nothing to lose. I'm giving this to them because we know, even in this hot market cycle, that a lot of times sellers are going to get frustrated with the number of calls they get, with the number of agents that are calling, with all of the things that they have to deal with. They didn't realize that eventually a lot of these places are going to list with an agent. They're going to list it with the person who gave them the most value, who was the most helpful, who they connected with the most. So now that we've gotten this and we've set this tone where we've added value to them, now we're going to put them on a campaign where we're going to follow up with them every 4 days for the next 2 weeks. Next, we're going to send them an email 4 days later. We're going to send them 4 days after we've been to the house. We're going to send them an email, and basically what the email is going to be is it's going to be something, hey, I wrote this a little while back. This is 10 things you should do to make sure that your house sells faster. I know you've touched on a lot of these, but a couple of these may help. Hope it's helpful. Let me know. I'm here to be a resource if I can help. Send that email. We're going to wait another 4 days, and then we're going to send them a text, and it's just going to be, hey, just wanted to give you a follow-up. Thanks for showing me the house. Just wanted to let you know whatever's happened with the potential buyer you had or the people you've shared the information with, just let them know. Say, listen, it doesn't look like your house is going to fit for these particular buyers. I'll keep it in mind. Just know I'm here as a resource in case something changes. Then we're going to wait another 4 days, and then we're going to send them actually another handwritten card. This card is going to be simple. Listen, I hope that everything is going well and that you've gotten the house under contract. I just want to make sure that you know that I'm here if I can ever be of service. I'm going to call you in a couple days because I have an idea, if the house hasn't sold, how we might be able to help each other. Send that handwritten card. We're going to wait a couple more days, and then we're going to follow up with a phone call. And here's what we're going to offer. We're going to offer to do an open house for that seller, and we're going to let them know that, listen, if anyone buys the house through the open house, I'm going to hand deliver them directly to you. You don't have to pay me a commission unless you decide to. But what we're going to do also is we're going to have the opportunity then to show what we do. We're going to show how we promote the open house. We're going to see how we do the follow-up after the open house. We're basically, without having the job, we're interviewing for the job, and along the way, we're probably going to pick up some nosy neighbors, or we're going to pick up some potential buyers. You see, when we begin to do this, this is going to be just something that's systematic. After this, we're going to have another tickle a week later just to check in. Hey, just seeing how everything's going, see if you sold the house yet. Again, we're just continuing to check in. If you'll be consistent with your follow-up, if you'll add value, I promise you're going to find those for sale by owners, and you're going to find the ones that are ready to work with you, and it's going to be a great way for you to generate new listings. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.